We gotta peel that whole onion. That's gonna take time.
No, it doesn't, girl. I'll do it.
Okay.
It takes no time at all.
Okay.
Overhead. Front camera.
Yes. Alright, so we're gonna start by making some sofrito. This is also Reina's introduction into how to make sofrito the Roman family way. Because I'm sure if other Latinx people are watching, they may or may not use certain components in their sofrito. But this is what I use in mine, which I know is also a little different than what Mom does.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. So what you'll see, here's the ingredients that I use in the sofrito. So sofrito has cilantro, culantro, which is in the same family, cilantro, culantro, parsley. If you eat a lot of fish, they're good for you because they take the metals out of your system. They're a natural detoxin.
High five.
So next time you go to a restaurant, you order fish and they throw a little parsley on top, and you're like, that's really why you're decorating it. Just eat the parsley. It's good for you. You're having fish. Get some mercury out. Anyways, a bell pepper. So, like, Mom just uses generally green. I use usually 3 different colors, so it's price relative, because, you know, the red ones and the yellow ones and the orange ones, prices change all the time. And, like, different color peppers have different sweetnesses, so it won't taste just as green. That's why I use that.
Okay.
And then we have garlic, Spanish onion, and these little peppers are called hisadulce, or hijos. They're another pepper. They're not spicy at all, though when you see them in the stores, sometimes they can get yellow or red. That doesn't mean they're getting spicy. But their flavor tastes like they're about to get spicy, but they never do. So,
yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, and that's it. Those are the ingredients.
Okay, high five.
So yeah, I just brought the bowl out so as you chop stuff, you can throw it in the bowl.
Okay, what do I chop first?
What do you feel most comfortable chopping?
I
know it's not the onion.
It's not the onion. I'll grab a pepper.
Okay.
I'm a pepper, you're a
Oh, I thought you were about to ask me a question about pepper.
She's a pepper. No.
Yeah, so we just don't need the seeds and the peppers, is all. So you were going to tell a story about you made sofrito before, you gave it a attempt?
I tried. So, a couple weeks ago, I wanted to make a filling for empanadas.
Mm-hmm.
I make a really good veggie empanada. And I wanted for the filling to be seasoned with sofrito. But due to certain circumstances, it has become a little taboo to buy a certain brand of sofrito. So I was determined this is the time to make my own. So what had happened was they didn't have...
I got you a toss bowl.
Oh, perfect. They didn't have all of the ingredients that I needed. They did not have these peppers. I really only had cilantro and green peppers and onions. And I tried. I blended it all up in a food processor and everything, and then I just ended up like seasoning the heck out of it. And it was okay. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't right, but it wasn't that bad. So, but David, maybe a year and a half ago now.
Me, David?
You, David.
Oh, okay.
Brought,
we know a lot of Davids.
Bought me a food processor. a tiny little beautiful food processor. And I've totally used it to make like salsa and things like that. But I have yet to grace it with making sofrito, and that was the whole reason you bought it for me. I believe your words were, "That's a disgrace."
Oh, that she has to buy sofrito because it's so easy to make. Because it's literally all you're doing is you're taking these vegetables and herbs and you are blending them together. You'll see when it's done, it's almost like you made a salsa. Oh, you don't need to chop it up at all. All you need to do is hack it. That's what the blender's for.
Oh.
Yeah. Just take the seeds out. That's it.
This is why I'm here and why he's there.
Yeah. Yeah. So all you're doing is just rough chopping. Your food processor, your blender does all the rest of it.
See, my memory as a kid was that there was a day that we all went by grandma's and, enlisted the whole family to
Remember, you don't need to cut it down.
make... What?
No, you just throw it in there. Food
It
processor.
goes against my...
You're not eating it like a snack.
Okay.
That's why you think it's going to take so long, because you're cutting everything down.
I am. Well, I remember as a kid it was like a whole thing. And like the last time you guys did it without me, Mom's... Oh, I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah, just throw the whole thing in.
I'm putting the trash in the thing and putting the thing in the trash.
It's alright, it'll all get blended out.
That it was like a 4-hour ordeal.
Sofrito?
Yeah. For me, I thought it was all the deseeding.
No. So, in that vein, let me show you a much faster way. So, if you just take the top, you can just cut the top off all the way around. Now, this one actually came up really nice that I can just still use the meat. And then look, you just grab the seed right out.
Oh!
Done. That's
okay,
it.
that was cool.
Yeah. Much faster.
I also recall as a kid that I loved to eat raw bell peppers.
Oh yeah.
That's not a thing anymore. Don't do it. Never do it.
No, you want to use the stems. You don't want to. It's not about the leaves when you're just using cilantro.
Really?
Majority of the flavor is actually in the stems.
I didn't know that.
Yep. You just rough chop it through the whole thing.
What?
And
I wish you guys could smell this. It smells so good.
it's like brighter.
Yeah. Okay, so just take the rubber band off, toss it
Yeah. You can cut the whole thing in half so it fits in easier.
in. Okay, I'll just do it in 3 because I like things small.
Sure. These heels, you'll see, like when you cut inside, they've got these little pocket of seeds. So that's, you just thumb it out.
We've gotten our choppity chop on, and we're gonna put everything into the blender. Cause I'm short, I'm gonna have to get it up here. Como eso.
So put the onions and the peppers first.
Well, why are they at the bottom?
It's just how we chopped it.
Okay.
Because what you want to do is you want to put the items that release the most liquid. Oh, just drop it.
Okay.
And also they're very sharp blades, so don't
Okay.
you want to put the things that produce liquid at the bottom so that it keeps spinning. If you put the greens in first, they're very dry and it will not make the liquidy paste. Basically, you're making like a super, super fine salsa. Oh, and the peppers, just drop it all. It's all the things have liquid. Yeah.
Peppers have liquid too?
Yep. They're made of lots of water. They're not fibrous like the...
See how much I know.
Now hit low. It'll be fine now. You can shove everything else on top. But yeah.
Just shove it?
Yeah. Now that you just shove all the greens down.
Do you have a shoving song?
Oh.
I say there's a song for everything.
I don't know. Maybe some Mary J. Blige in the background. Even if you get another thing, it won't turn on.
Haha.
For safety. Now we have your spice mix done, and we'll go on to making some pasteles. More blending, just with vegetables. See you later.
stand? I feel like I need to stand and peel. I think I'm the same height.
Yeah, I'm bar height. Like whether I'm standing or sitting.
I'm just going to put that on my resume now.
Oh.
We are moving on to the root vegetables and whatnot for the masa, for the pasteles. I've never done this part before.
Yes. So, one of the things that is different, I know I mentioned that they're like tamal earlier. One tamal,
two tamales.
Opposed to like one pastel or opposed to
Two pasteles.
So, the masa for pastel is a fresh, wet product. So there's no hydration or anything involved. Recipes may vary. What I use in this one is the various root vegetables. We have just like a russet potato. You have, this is called yautía with a Y. This specifically is yautía lila. I think I'm saying it right. What it means is that it's pink inside. So there's also, you'll see yautía blanca. So when you cut in it, it's white.
It's going to be pretty.
And this is ñame, spelled like name if you're looking for it. N-A-M-E. It is another root vegetable.
Is it?
Yeah. So all the, like, so ñame, yautía, unlike a potato where it's just kind of like the stalk as far as that comes out, like, you can buy yucca plants, which is another root vegetable, like as trees. They make trees, you can get them at Steins and whatever. But this is actually the root that's below the ground of it. So that's why it looks so much like bark. It is the root of a tree.
Word.
Or a large plant. And then the only root vegetable we use is green bananas. This is not a banana that has not turned yellow. This is a banana that never turned yellow. For that purpose. You cannot just peel and eat it. It is much starchier and not sweet, like a traditional banana. So yeah, so now you gotta chop and peel these. Now,
I'm scared.
yeah, we're gonna try a couple different peelers. We're using things of my mom's since we're at the family house. So now,
what do we call this?
It's a peeler.
What do we call that?
Oh, tetanus. This is a peeler that's been in our family for an extremely long time. It is not its natural metallic color anymore. So our older brother has scrubbed it, so it is not scaling.
It's fine.
But she works. I mean, maybe that's why we're healthy. Okay, so I'll take this to start to chop it up.
So you need this, right?
No.
Why don't I start with the bananas? That's easiest.
Yes.
Do you need this?
No.
Oh.
So to peel a banana, start by cutting off the either end.
Are you telling me I don't know how to peel a banana?
Oh, you just asked if you needed that to peel a banana.
No,
so I
I meant do you need this to do this? I know how to peel it.
So I was like, nope. We're already doing it wrong.
What?
Yep.
Okay.
That's why I'm talking you through it. Now cut off the other end. I'm making a Puerto Rican out of her. Okay, now what you want to do is cut it into, so there's three sections.
Oh.
This will make it way easier to peel. And now you want to take your knife and you want to just slice along the parts that stick up. So you're making a little slice through the skin on each side.
All of this? All of them?
Yep, so there's like 4 slices.
It won't peel like a regular banana?
Nope, because it's too starchy. It'll take the meat with it.
I
Another trick to peel these, you can also let them sit in warm water and it'll come away easier. But yeah, naturally because of their starchiness. So you're gonna make me think that you're gonna hurt yourself. Yeah.
Okay, I'll be more careful.
Yeah. No, Mija. Use the end. Use the end of the knife. And slice down.
Okay, David, I feel like I owe you an apology.
So then, yep. So now you can get your finger underneath there. Look, bam. Oh, yeah.
I guess I don't know how to peel a green banana.
Green, they're different. So I gotta get how to cut this sucker. There we go. Alright. So this is the inside of ñame. See, it is a pale root vegetable. It's like a giant potato with bark.
Do I just throw it in the bowl, or am I going to chop it up into
Oh, no.
pieces? Just throw it.
Yeah, you just throw it.
Okay.
All right. Actually, let me chop this down a little bit more.
Oh, I see.
See how much easier that is? Yep. Now you're starting to feel like Grandma with all her knife action.
She is no joke.
She ain't afraid of cutting herself.
I'm pretty sure she wielded a machete at like 8 years old.
You may be correct. So you can't eat the bark. You need to get that off. Don't eat the bark. And that...
You're putting the bark in there.
Oh! Sorry, I thought you gave us as the toss ball.
I
yeah,
think
it is the toss ball. Yep. Green for garbage. So all the like liquidy, starchy stuff that oozes out of it, the sap of it or whatever, is what ends up making the masa stick together as you cook it. Just like if you're making like a potato dumpling. So this is just a giant meat-filled dumpling of sorts. Yeah. How are you doing over there?
I want to sing a little Sweeney Todd.
As you wield the knife near my face.
Yeah. Well, not your face. This is harder than it looks, you guys.
Yeah. Should we stop and peel?
Yeah.
Pause and peel?
We're going to pause and peel.
Pause and peel. Hi, welcome back. So, we started blending all the root vegetables into the masa. But because the root vegetables are drier, you end up adding an oil. Now, this oil that you've made, that my hands are completely covering, see that color? You're going to put about 2 cups of oil for what we...
What kind of oil?
Oh, mija, you need 1 more of these.
1 more what?
We'll do this in a second. So the oil is what gives it its color. And all you need to do, if you need to make it vegetarian, it's just like 2 cups of olive oil, and you put achote in, which are a little red seed, and you just heat them in there so that they release the red color.
Oh, that's what's in sazon.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Yeah, the same thing that makes red rice red in Puerto Rican. It's the achote seed.
Okay.
Also, Mexican cooking, they use it in all sorts of stuff. So yeah, you're just trying to get the color out of the seed. It's not the flavor. Then the sofrito that we made earlier, you then put the oil in the sofrito, and you basically made this big flavorful oily stew. If you're doing it with meat, which you'll see us put the meat stuff in later, I just put the sofrito and the meat together to make the stew with the oil, and you just let it sit and kind of cook out. So we just want to explain that, because as you're blending down the root vegetables, you'll find them getting dry, and you need to add the oil to make them mix. So that is really all. We want to make sure you see that. This is also what gives your masa the flavor, because it's got all the sofrito and the seasonings and everything already in it.
All right.
So, welcome back. As you can see, we have processed the masa, all the root vegetables all blended down.
You gotta say the thing.
Oh,
Toil,
bubble and
boil.
that, exactly. So, obviously, like if you've cooked potatoes before, you know they take a lot of salt. There is salt in the stew, so the oil that we made with it will have some in it, but you will need to put more salt in it. So while Rena mixes those together, I'm just adding some salt. It's
A
actually
little bit on this, a little bit on that.
yeah.
As you can see, we've measured absolutely nothing.
Oh, this is 2 tablespoons of salt.
How do you know that?
I cook a lot. Yeah. Sorry. Mix.
Sorry, not sorry.
All right. Well, we're gonna set up our assembly line to make pasteles, and we will be right back.
transferred the masa into this giant, beautiful bowl and
Mix the
stirred
salt
it.
in all.
Mix the salt in and all that. So now we begin the assembly line portion of this recipe. So I start with tinfoil square.
They're a godsend. If you don't want to shred, if you don't want to cut a bunch of tin foil, they come in squares. Just get it at a restaurant supply store.
And I've just got some sprayable olive oil here so that the masa doesn't stick to the tin foil. You can use regular oil if you needed to, but this is gonna be quicker.
Yeah, it's just convenient. Oh, you don't need that much at all. Yeah. Just spritz, that's it.
Spritz.
Otherwise, the more oil, it'll end up sliding out, and you'll actually have oil when you open it. It'll like run on you, and it gets all goopy. You're learning.
Okay. 2 scoops.
2 heaping scoops. It's the big spoon in your
Good
cabinet.
or more?
No, that's good. That's it. And then just spread it out.
Okay.
In a square. You'll find.
Okay, then I'll pass it on.
Yeah. So
David.
Then you take the stew that you already made, whatever it is that you want to have inside. So this is traditionally we use pork. So this is a pork chopped up. We call it country ribs. And you put the meat inside, little stew, and then you fold it up like a package. Yeah, so back in the day, we didn't learn a lot of this, I would say, from our grandma. Like, we observed it, we got to help out little bits every once in a while.
I remember helping once when I was a kid, like putting the filling inside.
Mm-hmm.
This one's really big.
Yeah, so that's why, no heaping scoops.
You said heaping!
No, a large spoon. This is a large spoon. Not the size of your scoop is long.
I heard skeeping. Did you hear skeeping? Did you hear heaping?
2 heaping scoops. It's the big spoon. So you're going to take some of that out. Otherwise you're going to have a big potato ball. That's a little learning process. So then you fold it like a package because you want to make sure the water doesn't get inside. But what you're saying to the story, Grandma it was like the secret. Like, her dying thing was that she would die with the recipe of pasteles. So she
doesn't write anything down. She doesn't measure anything. When you ask her questions, she's like, I don't know. So my brothers decided to give it a go while my parents were out of town. And I came over and helped a little bit just with the assembly. But all the cooking was them. And I'm not going to lie, pretty darn good.
So a little less masa.
Okay.
So the way we cook these, actually, that's probably helpful. We boil these. So we'll put just like doing pasta, boiling water, add some salt in there, and then you boil these for about an hour. And then after you take them out, you're going to want to let them rest a little bit so that all the masa and everything, cools down so you're not burning your face as hot as Hades. But also, it helps it get a little denser as it cools. So that it's not super smushy. But now, if you cook them already, you can then just heat them up in the microwave, not with the tin foil. If you've already boiled them and you're reheating them in the microwave, make sure you unwrap. Don't come for me. I don't want to see it being like, my kitchen blew up my microwave. I tried that recipe. Those cute little actors on the chamber theater blew my whole place up. No, take it out if you've already cooked it. The one thing I have wondered is if... Gotta put this right now.
Gosh darn it.
There should be a contest to keep tabs on how many times she actually put oil on the thing.
Every time Raina doesn't put oil, take a shot!
Well, cool. So you can pause, do the rest of these.
We're going to finish our assembly line. We'll come back and show you what we made. Wait.